All right. Welcome to the Dawg and Gus Show, now on Feel It Radio.
What is up, dog?
Not much, Gus. You?
Not much. Nice full room today.
Yes, we do. We got some gentlemen here to talk to us for a little while, maybe an hour.
Oh, what's their, who are they?
Not my enemy.
Welcome, boys. What's going on?
Yeah, you might recognize one of the voices when we start chatting with them.
That's right. Jake, good to have you back.
Yeah,
thanks for
pleasure.
bringing the crew.
Yeah, man. This is awesome. I love the new setup.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, it was
pretty boss.
Steve here at Audio Valley's like a great local guy, and obviously being a music podcast, we thought we'd step it up instead of the old staples that we were working out of when you were, well, I think you were like our second or third guest, but the podcast went out after you released your song.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
It is true.
It is true.
Sure. It's true.
Say it so. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, gentlemen, how did you guys meet? Tell us all about that. Somebody other than Jake.
Well, we met first. First, it was me and Sebastian, and in the beginning, it was my project, not my enemy. To me, it means friend, right? You know, and I met Sebastian and Jake, both of them, on Kijiji, and it was the most unlikely circumstances because usually when you meet people on Kijiji, they don't work out. They're flippity-floppity people. You know, they have their strengths, but they also come with a lot of baggage, you know? And because I've tried this a few times before, and January 2022, I met Sebastian online on Kijiji, and we got together and we started working on some music, and a few months later, we brought Jake on, and here we are.
Nice.
Tell him about his profile picture on there. That's what caught you, right?
Yeah. So what caught me about his ad on Kijiji was I don't know if you guys are familiar with Weekend Warriors, the album. Who's
Ted Nugent.
Yeah, Ted Nugent.
1979.
I know who Ted Nugent is for sure.
Yeah.
And so
I love Ted Nugent.
the cover of the album is Ted Nugent just going wild on his guitar, but the guitar is a shotgun shooting a shell out of the end of it, and I was like, wow, this could either go really well or it could go really bad. Oh, thank goodness it went well.
Way, yeah. I can imagine that.
Yeah.
Although Ted Nugent is pretty well known for his guns.
Yeah, sex, guns, rock and roll.
That's right.
Not necessarily in that order with him.
Nice. So who plays, like, obviously Jake, you're the lead singer and guitarist, or
No, he plays the drums,
I'm
baby.
the drums in this one.
Wow,
Yeah.
I should have known better than that question, eh?
Oh.
That's awesome. That's a switch up for you. Do you like it?
Yeah. Well, that was my first instrument initially.
I remember that. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so all
I
good.
thought I'd bring it up again.
But no, Will's the lead singer and the bassist there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I like to say lead bassist because I'm way more melodic than most bassists. I'm kind of like a secondary lead guitarist, and you can hear that in our music.
Right.
And yeah, I'm the lead vocalist as well. And
Yeah. I played a six string. I
Nice.
stay quiet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Quiet.
Yeah,
Right, yeah, so that's-
I don't suspect a guy with a profile picture like that to have a quiet six string in the corner. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, you're not Bon Jovi, baby. You're Ted Nugent.
Yeah. Rocking and rolling, baby.
Big difference.
Nice.
Yeah.
So who's like, if you were to call a musical influence, we'll go with Sebastien. What would you say is your go-to, other than obviously Ted Nugent is one, but like if you were to think, where do you get your love for music? Where does that come from?
Well, I played mostly anything, right? I played country for a bit, so it varies, right? Musical style. So, but mostly rock. Kiss was my first influence because of the makeup, obviously.
Yeah.
That wasn't the music, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, the music.
Cool makeup.
You realize later, like, oh, they don't sound that good.
As you grow older in musical taste.
Although Ace Frehley's pretty good.
Yeah, Ace Frehley's my big
Yeah.
influence.
Yeah.
Obviously, he has his own technique other than most guitarists.
Right,
cool.
You know, nobody really. But yeah, Kiss, and then it just went on. The Doors.
You got better as you went on. What we're
Yeah,
saying.
like Genesis with Peter Gabriel. It varies, but mostly I keep it rock. You know, rock's
Yeah,
mostly-
fair enough.
Like what we do is it's me, you know.
Cool.
You know.
Will?
Well, I would say that my main musical influences for my bass and my melodies and stuff kind of come from Muse. From the UK,
Love
over
Muse.
the pond.
Love Muse.
Yeah, they are just amazing. I've seen them in concert a couple times, and they just really put on an amazing show. And as far as my lyrics go, I've been attributed to the Arctic Monkeys.
Nice.
Like my
See,
style.
another good group.
Yeah.
Great.
Because I kind of have a little bit of a groove. I try to get in a multiple rhyming scheme and like, a little bit surreal in the lyrics, trying to describe things that, make people think about things.
Very cool.
So we got another Canadian thinking man's trio. I like it.
Where were you?
We tried to coin the term cerebrock.
Cerebrock,
Nice.
yeah.
It's good, right?
I do like that.
A new
That's-
genre appears.
Yeah.
Cerebrock.
We couldn't think of what
Put it on
genre
your
we
shirt.
fit into.
Yeah.
That's
So,
a good one.
but-
You got your own.
We got our own,
It took a while to figure, but yeah, cerebral, that nobody,
Yeah,
I like
I've
it.
never heard that before.
No, I like that.
Me too, man.
Yeah, and it was actually you, Jake, who described our music at one point. We were talking about where we're going as a band, and he's like, "Oh yeah, well, our music it's very cerebral, like it's very like in depth. There's a lot of technique going on, a lot of lyricism that just comes together, and it works in a really nice way." So,
Nice.
Very cool.
Very
It's a
cool.
lot of fun.
Jake, you who did you say your influences are?
I'm not really sure in terms of like rock. Like when I started playing drums, it was mostly like I like punk. Like I started like I didn't start playing Blink-182 but like those kinds of stylings, and then I kind of moved into a little bit more of like harder rock and stuff. I played in a band with my buddy there.
Yeah.
Kind of went like that, but I consume so much music that I can't really ever put a finger on exactly. But if I had to go back to the roots, that would be kind of what it is.
Cool.
Just
Yeah,
rock, punk.
we've said it many times on the show, right? It's like we're trying to ingest all this, like you guys coming up with new stuff. This person, this genre. It's like it's really tough to just
Yeah.
kind of say, no, this is what I listen to, and this is what my influences are, because they're all over the map.
Yeah. Like you are definitely all over the map.
I am all over the map for sure. I just
Yeah.
So am
Yeah.
I though. Like
yeah.
I mean,
You are absolutely are. Yeah.
like I'll be listening to Chris Stapleton and then I'll put on like Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Just a casual switch.
Yeah,
Like,
it's very casual. Very
Yeah.
that's such a great. You'd be a great radio guy where you just go from Chris Stapleton to Dr. Dre.
Did you hear Chris Stapleton's version of
Oh,
the
dude.
American
Oh.
anthem?
And what we think about that,
Phenomenal.
boys?
It was, I posted it obviously on our Instagram page, but it was like, you remember when Whitney Houston did it? Like, how
Yeah.
you felt, even if you didn't like Whitney Houston, the way she sang, you felt very patriotic, even if you're Canadian or whatever. When I hear "O Canada" sung well, it's the same feeling, but just how smoothly and how I don't know, it was just so well done. So well
it was
done.
definitely memorable.
Yeah.
It was almost as memorable as Fergie, though.
Almost, yeah. Or the Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson halftime show.
Oh, yeah.
That was good too. But
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. Well, we posted a pic about what was the best Super Bowl performance, right?
Of all time.
Of all time, yeah.
Ooh.
mine's Prince.
Yeah, mine as
Was
well.
it?
Yeah.
Prince is ridiculous. So is Michael Jackson's actually,
Paul McCartney.
and even last
Paul
year,
McCartney's pretty
Dr.
good.
Dre and
Yeah.
Eminem and Snoop.
Bruno Mars was also really. I liked
Excellent.
it.
But
Yeah.
which one? No, he did two.
Did he do two?
Yeah. He
I
did
like
two.
the one where he headlined though. I think that's what he's talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, the one he headlined, I was like,
Because he was on with
Because he was playing
some
drums, he was doing all sorts of dances and stuff. That
Yeah.
guy is super
Yeah,
talented.
he
Yeah,
is.
I like
Crazy,
Bruno. I like
crazy
Anderson .Paak too, and I like that combination.
Oh yeah, so a Silk Sonic.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
so good to
amazing.
listen to at
Yeah.
home. You're chilling out or something. It's really
Yeah,
good.
for sure.
Yeah.
Now, gentlemen, now that how long have you guys been together? Like 2022, you said. Was that when the ad went out? And
Yeah,
Fate?
so I think officially all three of us, all founding members, we first got together March 23rd, 2022.
At what time?
Yeah,
Probably
very
around
specific.
7
4 in the morning.
o'clock. Probably like 7 o'clock at Record Runner Studio.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's
It's a very memorable moment for me to get all these guys together and like see
Yeah.
everything come together.
I really remember that too. Like when we first jammed, because like sometimes you jam with people and it's like it takes a little while to get that little like bit of chemistry, kind of understand each other musically. But I felt like that was not something that was really, that all kind of meshed together.
Nice.
And sometimes it just feels good. It's like, okay, we can work
Oh
with
yeah,
this.
we
these
definitely click. We had a little bluesy jam, and after 10 minutes said,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all kind of going, okay, and okay.
"This guy gets it."
ideas. Who would have thought?
Will was thinking, I don't have to put another ad at Kijiji. We're good.
He's got one up anyway.
Does he?
Just in case.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a backup one.
we did a spoof actually for our single release that we're going to be putting out of how we met. So we made like a kind of a parody of how we met.
Oh, really? Nice.
And we're going to make a little TikTok video, but
Cool.
we made an ad with Seb's thing as a fake account so that we could film it like Will searching for him.
Yeah.
And then some other guy was like messaging him like,
I
"Hey
got,
man,
like-
like what's going on? You want to jam?"
I got like 5 messages of people, and I had to explain to them, yeah, this is just, it's hard to explain, but it's not an
You're
actual
late.
ad.
Yeah. The spot's
That's
been
hilarious.
filled. The spot's
Yeah.
been filled.
Yeah, it's got,
That's all you got to write, next time. Just,
Yeah.
we filled the spot. We filled
Yeah,
the
we're
spot.
good, boys.
But no,
Yeah.
you got to explain. Oh, we're just
Yeah.
actually doing a spoof for this and
Yeah.
that. And then somebody's like, I want in.
Yeah. How can I join this?
There's
band?
there's an ad out actually for another dog, just in case.
Oh,
Well, I am getting up there in years. In human years, even.
Yeah, just kidding. So in Ottawa, have you played any venues yet? Like other than where was the last place you played?
Avant-garde.
Avant-garde, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's a great spot for a
Oh,
rock band. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there one that you prefer?
Cafe Decoff.
Yeah,
Just
Dick Up?
because
out
it's
of
so...
the 2 places that we played so far, yeah.
No, but like you've played other places also.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
I would imagine
Yeah.
that there's got to be something on the list that's kind of
Yeah.
like. Is there somewhere you'd like to play? Is that more of a better question? I guess.
We were talking about this there the other day.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all talking. Yeah. Well, I mean, the Canadian Tire Center, obviously, because you grew up
I
going
like
to
that.
see
That's a good
shows.
choice.
Yeah.
Big dreams.
Obviously, right?
Hey, boy, 30,000.
Why not?
Yeah.
But, yeah, that'd be, yeah.
Yeah,
Never,
that's
never
cool.
say never, man.
Yeah.
I think the Rainbow would be a nice place to
Yeah,
play.
the
as
Rainbow
well.
too,
Yeah.
I played there with the Renault. And it's,
Yeah.
the whole stage a bit different. And I haven't been there before Mr. COVID there.
Yeah. Well, you guys, you can talk a little bit about playing the Brass Monkey because you guys are going to be there.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yes.
cool spot.
Yeah.
Cool spot.
Yeah.
We talked about venues last week in our podcast, and it was like the Brass Monkey used to be a real shithole. It used to be a real place that you didn't want to be at late at night because you'd be at the broken queue and somebody would break a queue on your head. So it's interesting how the Brass Monkey has kind of come back and become a really a staple in Ottawa as far as a musical venue, right? So
Dude, yeah, Yngwie Malmsteen is playing there like
Yeah.
in May or something. Is that?
March. So
March.
2 weeks after us, or a week.
Yeah.
nice.
Ah, you're playing before Ingve.
Yeah.
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 We're just
cool.
opening for him.
Yeah.
2
Yeah,
weeks
we're just-
prior.
2 weeks early. Yeah. We should use that as a part of your video. Yeah, we're opening for Ingve, and we're going to be late for it.
Yeah, intermittently.
Yeah.
Cool. So, what are you guys playing? Who are you playing with that night?
Fortunate Losers, Dirty Headliner. They're a Sudbury rock band. And we're going to be playing with Scarecrows, Ultimus. They're like kids. I think they're like not even 20. It's like trash rock. And
7 Days of Fire.
7 Days of Fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's like 5 bands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And that's on the 24th, right, of February?
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
the Brass Monkey.
Brass Monkey.
Brass Monkey.
That
Let's be out
funky
by then.
monkey.
Cool. Monkey. Monkey.
Is there like do you guys have a mentor that sort of got you into, ever gave you some reasoning to get into the industry, or was it just the passion for music that got you into the industry? Would you say there's a mentor?
Yeah, well, some people, and still, they show me, like, not roots, but tell me, do this or do that. Yeah, a few people, but mostly, I just,
You love music.
I just want to go out on stage and,
Stand in the background and not be noticed, right?
Yeah.
He kind of, Sebastian kind of looks like the guy that wants to be on the stage going crazy. I just don't know what it is about him, but I like
He's
that.
got some moves, man.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't know
yeah,
why.
really, eh?
He's got some finger pointing.
The finger point. I kind of thought he looked like Steve Perry myself, but
A little.
I get that a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Do you have his voice?
I wish. Everybody
There'd be
wants his
panties
voice.
thrown at you all the time.
Yeah, I bet, for sure.
It
Seb's
probably,
kinda
it probably already is, though. you know?
He's like steeped in like hard rock too. Like your dad's a
Yeah,
drummer as well.
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's so. Yeah,
Kinda got
yeah.
into
My
that.
dad's a drummer, so that's how I.
Oh, cool.
yeah,
Okay.
so I wouldn't say mentor, but like that's.
Do you ever bounce things off of them? Like you?
Yeah, we get together sometimes. We go to
Talk about
Record
it.
Runner and we play just for 2-piece.
That's cool though.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say like it's just I always jam. Just,
Yeah.
it's always been a thing. He's got his little drum
His drum kit.
set up, and I got play till like the neighbors call the bylaw.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, that's when it becomes a party.
that's when you want to jam to for sure.
I think that's usually where it goes. Eh?
Yeah.
And
famous,
Will?
Yeah, well, I mean, as far as mentors go for me, like I have some friends, like one friend that's very important to my music that, high school friends you lose contact with, but he got me into playing the bass. Him and his father were really into music, and I would spend a lot of time over at his place, and he had one of those Hofner viola basses, like the Beatles style basses.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, and so we learned a lot of Rush and Beatles, and so he really helped me out with that. But as far as like getting up on stage, there was one coworker that I had that we were working super late, 16-hour days to finish a project, and I was singing along to a Muse song at the time, top of my lungs, nobody in the place, great acoustics, and he could hear me from the other side of the building, and he came over and he was like, "Hey, is that you singing?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "That sounds amazing." And I don't know about any of you guys, but everybody has, I feel, a little bit of confidence issues when it comes to getting up and performing and doing stuff. And that was something that this guy, Rob Van Tour, that worked with me, really helped me overcome by just being like, wow. And then immediately he asked me, do you want to be in a cover band? Because we need a new singer for our cover band. And I said, yeah. Yeah, of course. For
Great.
sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, we have the same thing going. We're going to be doing, helping out the boys from SRC with their release of their new album, or their new CD, or whatever.
So nice.
And,
Right on.
and Gus is waiting for me to implode on stage because I'm not really big in front of people. So
You'll do great. You'll do
yeah.
great.
I know I will.
I'll tease you right till the day we do it, but you'll do
And
great.
on stage while we're doing it.
Oh, you're
but
gonna
that's-
do like
that's
you're
it.
gonna
We're going to MC
open-
the show for
Oh,
them.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd
they're
be
going to have
awesome.
they're going to have a band opening for them, and then we're going to be they're going to be there doing their thing.
And now,
No,
Yeah,
no,
well, you
no.
got the 80s show, right?
Yeah,
so
I
you
got my
the
80s show and my-
radio voice.
Yeah,
that's
that's
all
right.
you need.
Yeah, I've got the looks for the video for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, for sure.
Just kidding. No, I think it's very exciting. It's kind of opened up another. We were pretty green when we started the podcast, and especially interviewing you. We were all kind of nervous, and obviously as we spoke, things kind of loosened up. But it's shown us that the like I'm sure you feel it when you're with a new band, and you guys get together first time on stage. Some jitters, but you change kind of your outlook as you're not nervous, you're excited. That's kind of the. You're not like you're nervous, but if you change the wording to "I'm excited," it sounds a lot better, and then you just go out and rock it, right?
Like rechannel that energy.
Exactly. Yeah. And you work so hard to get to like you guys, especially you're musicians, and you're good at your craft, and you put it all together, and this is the culmination is when you get on the stage, and you're where you're supposed to be. That's where I think anyway. And for Dawg and I, it's like. We didn't know that this was where we were supposed to be, but this is where we're supposed to be, and it's it's kind of cool that these doors are opening up. We're, Sunday Ride Club's a great friend of the show, and they're like, why don't you MC our CD release party? So when you guys do your CD release party, you give us a call.
Cool.
Sound good?
Yeah, man.
Sounds great.
We'll bring out our 3 friends with us.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry.
no.
I can't speak for
We'll
them. I'm
bring
sorry. I'm
everybody.
crazy.
We'll bring everybody.
We'll try and bring in as many people.
No,
Now,
it's exciting.
speaking of which, I know you guys showed up at one of the shows for the boys from SRC.
Yeah.
Is that an important thing to you guys to support the other bands in this?
totally.
Because I know there's a lot of it going on.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, like Sunday Riot Club. I was just listening to them today.
Yeah.
Like Where the Wild Things Are. That's just,
Yeah.
that riff is just
JP. Yeah.
JP. Excellent guitarist.
Yeah.
And any local bands. Oh yeah, totally support.
Yeah, because I noticed that a lot. You guys were there when I was there at where was that, Tucuff? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I've seen the guys from Winter at other shows, and the guys from SRC show up at they showed up once to see Isabel play, and it's like it's such a great, I love that about this, is that I can see you guys, and I can also see other bands, and it's really cool that you guys support each other.
Yeah, I think you got to. You definitely got to support
It's
your
nice.
local bands.
Yeah, it's nice to have that competition, like between, but it's also hey guys, great show, great CD, great whatever.
Yeah, well, there's no big ego too in Ottawa too. That everybody knows each other, kind of. So yeah, you know what I mean. So
it's great. Yeah, it's great. It's like a very community. Like it's like Dawg was saying, and just to rehash on that, it's like the communal feel of the music industry in Ottawa. We didn't realize how big the local band community was, and then you start interviewing Jake, and then we interviewed a few others, and you all know each other, and it's all love, really. It's all like you're going to enjoy some music. You like seeing JP play, like as a guitarist. You probably learn something from him, and he'll learn something from you. And I think it's great. I think it's really amazing. That's the best part of this whole podcast for me is, I put up with Dawg, but other than that, it's like, you meet some great individuals, and they're very supportive of our community. Like they've welcomed us into that community, so it's cool.
I am the bane of your existence for sure.
That's
you like
the
that
thing,
word?
Yeah?
No,
like
you're my yin.
Yin.
Yin
To my yang. Yeah. See, that's why he doesn't like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. He loves me.
Too much, actually.
Yeah.
Who do you talk to when you feel stuck?
Like stuck on an idea or a song?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because I've thought about my creative process a lot and like how to get things out. And some of my friends who have never seen me play music, they'll listen to this stuff and they're like, "Oh man, how do you write that stuff?" And I do this one thing where they don't get it, but it's just like that, right? And you just pull something out of thin air and just believe in it and then go for it, right? And I find that that's something that drives me, is just that pure inspirational energy behind like coming up with a tune, adding stuff to it, and then just believing in it and like adding to it. You might really like something one day and then go back and change it. That's okay, right?
Yeah.
It's just kind of accepting where your creativity lies and where like you can go with stuff. For me.
Yeah.
You guys.
Well, if I'll write a song, like I'll come up with like, there's only so much I can put in, right? So it's like I got like the ingredients, and I pass it on to Will or Jake, and they add.
Nice.
And that's how our song gets. So yeah, if we ever, it's like, I can't come up with a bridge or a chorus for this, and he adds, it's just boom.
Yeah.
It's like conceiving a baby. Yeah. Sort of.
Add all the components, mix it around for a couple of sessions. There you go.
I don't know about that comparison, but I like it. Yeah, I like it. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. It takes a village, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Now, what was I going to ask? Go ahead, Gus. I've just lost my train of thought. It just derailed.
What would be a crucial trait for you guys to have when it comes to playing live music?
Trait.
Well, I think like for me, like what we were talking about that anxiety and being able to convert that into just excitement and just like energy that you can use, right?
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let's say you worked all day, like, but once you get on stage, you're like, I forgot about, I just, worked, all day, whatever, you're tired. But same, all of us, when we get together, we just.
Well, that's the thing too, right? Because most of the guys we talk to all have day jobs.
Yeah.
Like they're not making the money being a musician, right? So you all have full-time jobs and you do this. And I could see that. Like I worked all day today and I'm exhausted and I'm just like, oh my God, I got to go do this. But once I get here and I get to chat with you guys and stuff, it's just like, okay, now we go. Yeah. But just to keep that, like, what do you want people to take away from coming to see you guys?
Take away.
Yeah. What do you want me to? I want to go talk to people after your show. What am I going to tell them? You know, that's the
guys are
bashing guy. He can
fucking
real.
legit.
He can. What the hell? I just wasted 2.5 hours of my life.
That guitarist, the worst guitarist ever. I want my money back. No. Well, I'll just say that the quality of the music is that's what's more important. I don't, instead of judging with your eyes, more ears instead. I guess that's what I like. Yeah, when people say, "Oh, that guitar sound was that tone," especially when people that's other guitarists. 'Cause there's two types of people in the crowd. Right? There's the musicians, and then there's just listeners, right?
Yeah.
So when you get guitarists coming up to you, it's something. It's that tone, man. It's like.
Yeah, that's probably a good feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's nice when, like, say, if JP was at a show and he's, "Hey, man, that riff you played there, oh man, that was amazing." Yeah.
Well, yeah. When I see the best part for me is when I see people in the crowd. They're like playing air guitar. Ricky Bearder playing air guitar to your riff. It's funny, but it's like, I get it. They're like, "We're getting it."
That reminded me of the time at the Cuff. They were doing spirit fingers.
Yeah.
Like reaching out towards the guitar with their
Nice.
fingers
So cool.
twinkling. If that's how you describe that.
I like Spirit
For the
Fingers
listeners?
better.
Yeah?
That sounds pretty cool.
People will know.
Spirit
You'll know.
fingers, man.
Spirit Fingers, man.
Yeah.
Like jazz hands,
It's
but
so
Spirit
funny
Fingers.
how people. But I think that really. I think when you say trait, think that connection with the crowd, and then allowing people to understand that like. By what you're producing musically, like you take it seriously, but you're also able, on the flip side, to have fun while you're doing so.
Yeah.
And I think that's the duality
Yeah, you want
of the
you
two
want
things.
you want the crowd to be in it with you guys, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Bring him in.
Yeah, it's what
for-
Pete Townsend was saying. You want to bring the crowd with you.
Yeah,
That's,
you bring him in. Well, like Tom Petty said it. He goes, if you can take somebody and take away their problems for 2.5 hours, you've done your job,
Exactly.
right? So like you completely forget about your day, like Sebastian said. Like you just, man, what a great show. Like,
Yeah.
I like that.
I do too, and I think that's a great. I think that's what's fulfilling about what you guys do is when, say, someone's actually playing air guitar to your riff, or is doing the jazz hands or happy fingers or whatever we call it. What do we call it?
I don't know.
Spirit fingers?
There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is, yeah.
Jake said it, not
If only,
me.
if only I was listening, but that must be like it must be like the culmination of all your hard work and having someone like enjoy it that much that they're so in it with you. It must be just like the biggest stoke ever, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Or you get a person like after you guys have had a few more shows and they're singing along to your song.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I've spoken to a few singer-songwriters, right? And that's the vibe they can get, right? Is that somebody is singing along in the audience, getting your song and singing every word, and you're like, this is what we do. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I could just stop right now and be good, right? So
Yeah, that would be trippy.
I'm sure
Yeah.
if somebody starts singing back to you, you'll be like, that'll be like, yes.
It's happened. It's
Yeah?
happened. We have a few fans that like we've worked with and brought out to a few shows that they just absolutely love our music, and they tell us every time that they get together with us, and they'll say, "Oh man, we can't wait to see you guys live next." And I'll be up there on stage, and I'll see one of the guys standing out in the crowd, and he's active on our socials, and he knows the words to the song. He's like, "Oh man, I love that song, this little dot or heartline or whatever." And like I see him, he's singing the chorus. I'm like, "What?"
That's so
yeah,
cool.
just stop and let him go. Go
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
You know, like, right?
Put him on the spot.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's complete silence.
There's actually
We don't know the words. All right, fair enough.
There's this one time at our avant-garde show, that same guy, he was singing along to one of our other songs, and in one of our songs, Surreality, there's this line that goes, "She winked, I knew I had a shot," talking about a girl, right? And I kept winking at him throughout the thing, and he was just like, "What?"
That's hilarious.
Awkward.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Good
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, it's a fun way, right? Like you gotta,
having fun, right?
well, that's just like with Winter, right? They had Super Kyle come up and sing a song with them, right? Because he's a big fan of theirs, and that was awesome. When I was there watching that, I was like, that was so. And I talked to Kyle afterwards. I said, "How did that feel?" He goes, "Scratched it off my bucket list."
Nice.
Yeah, so pretty cool. I think you guys would be the same if somebody said, "Dude, can I sing this song with you?" You'd be like, "Yeah, come on up."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Unless it's Gus, and don't let him do that.
Why? I'm a good singer.
If it's Super Kyle, then yes.
Yeah, Super Super Kyle, yes. Gus, not so much.
Not so much. Stick to your podcast.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that stuff. What like when you guys started, what surprised you the most? Like, what was like so surprising when you got together for that first time and you said it was like almost instant? Was it surprising when you messaged everybody and kind of got everybody together?
I'm still kind of in awe that everything worked out so well.
Yeah.
Because like we all have such different styles, but they work together so well to make something like a really unique sound. Like I feel it's very unique compared to a lot of other bands that are out there that, we've been described as Arctic Monkeys meets Black Sabbath, right?
So cool.
And just that clicking of all of these different styles has just been right from the start.
And that's not easy to do these days with all the stuff that's out there, right?
Yeah.
Like it's hard to come up with a new sound or a new genre. Well, apparently you guys have. Now I have a question for Jake.
Just labeled
Black
it.
Sabbath.
Black Sabbath meets Arctic Monkey. I like it a lot.
I was just listening to Black Sabbath today.
I was listening to Arctic Monkey yesterday.
Original album.
Yeah.
It's the best album.
That's,
So,
that's the ultimate.
so like different, right? Like every song is almost a different genre. Sorry, Dog.
Yeah, that's okay. I wanted to ask, guys, besides, I know that Jake has his solo stuff as well, which is awesome because we talked to him about that the first time he was on the show. Do you guys do anything else on your own, or is this like, this is what you're working on now?
Well, I'm a very creative person, so when I work on stuff, it doesn't just have to be music, right? Like I do artwork as well, like acrylic pour painting, and I work with photographers and stuff to like work on stuff. So I've got a lot of different facets for my creativity. So it's hard to like be a part of multiple music endeavors,
Right. Okay.
But in a sense, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can expect some pretty cool looking shirts coming out soon, then, right?
Oh yeah.
Merch, yeah, because we're all about that.
We'd like an acrylic painting of the two of us, please.
Oh, they're abstract.
Perfect.
Even better.
Make it look good.
As long as your pattern recognition's good enough, I can make it,
My pattern, I
Just,
don't know.
just squint your eyes.
Yeah. I could probably get your beard.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's about it.
There we go.
And then everything else will be like kind of trippy.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
What about you, Sebastian? Anything else there, or just hanging out with these two?
Well, I get together sometime with a singer. I used to be in a cover band.
Okay.
But we always jam. It's just we get together, and we got together a few weeks ago. Just jam. We see what we record on my 8-track and see if we come up with ideas.
Cool.
But yeah, it's pretty much.
Very good. Unfaithful lead guitarist.
Well, you must go back to your guitar every now and then and play some stuff, right?
Well, actually, with our first show, we had enough music to get 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And we had 35-ish minutes. So
Yeah.
I had this one little riff that I play on the acoustic. And I was like, well, maybe we could turn this little riff into something else. So we made an interlude
Very
part
cool.
for our stuff, which is kind of cool. But now I have to carry my acoustic around every show that we go to. And I was like, damn
with
it.
his drum set. No.
Yeah, I didn't have enough shit to carry.
That's right. Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, it's still cool. I guess that you could have that kind of too. Also,
cool dynamic, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question. I've seen a few of the shows, right? When there's 3 or 4 bands playing, who decides whose equipment gets to be on stage? I know because
just going
as a
through
drummer,
that
right?
now. Oh yeah, well usually if you're smart, you let the guy who's headlining it because he'll probably have better stuff than you.
Well, that's what I thought too. I noticed that one show, the drum set stayed the same, the kit,
Yeah.
but they kind of changed out the cymbals and maybe the snare or the smaller stuff, right?
Yeah, the breakables they call it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I was always curious about that watching. I'm like, because you can walk off with your guitar, you can walk off with your bass, but
Yeah.
I just want to put your guitar, your kit on your back there and get off the stage with it there.
Yeah.
So
If
Yeah,
you play
'cause
big
you don't have-
shows,
you don't
they
have
actually
groupies.
set it up. They'll set it up on a rolling stage.
yeah,
That's
if you have the room though, right? If you're at the Rainbow, there's not much room to.
No. I'm talking a festival show.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah,
They
yeah.
would have it rollable out, and
Yeah.
they hook up all the mics and everything.
Yeah.
One time like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think me and Seb, we really like to use our own equipment.
Yeah. Well, that's what I figured. Your own amps and stuff, and your own guitars. You're not going to use somebody else's guitar. That's just
No, but even cab, even my bass cab,
Okay.
I try to bring it to every show.
Right.
Even because some people they might not have the same equipment, so it gives a variety of different equipment for the other bands to use as well. Because
Right.
we're really open when we're playing a show. If somebody has a little orange whatever bass amp, and I bring my Yorkville 210 with a 15 subwoofer on it, and I'm like, yeah, go ahead, use it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I bring my cab if I can, because what happens is that other people use it. It breaks into speakers.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So
It's even better for you.
it's like 30 minutes.
Cool. Yeah, I was always curious about that.
All right, wait, remember, I'm going here.
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
I'm going crazy. I have an interesting question. If you had to describe yourself as an animal, which would it be and why?
He's got to stay away from these psychology books, man. You really do. Yeah.
Huh.
Animal.
Would have to be a lazy one. Whatever animal is lazy.
Like a sloth?
Sloth or koala?
Sloths are good.
I'd
I
probably
feel
say
like you say something, you're gonna sound like a total douche, like a lion. You know, like, I don't know. I don't know, man.
I'd probably say maybe like a cuttlefish or an octopus, or something that changes and like has the ability to adapt to their environment, and yeah.
That's a decent one.
There you go. Better than a lion.
You can't
anyway.
use that.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
mine. I took
Jake.
both of them.
Yeah.
Sebastian's avoiding the question.
I don't know.
No, he said something
cat.
lazy.
A
Pick something.
cat. Indoor cat.
And shat-
You know,
Indoor cat.
Yeah.
doesn't go.
Garfield.
Yeah, Garfield. There
we
we
go.
Yeah, Garfield.
That's pretty funny. Sorry, I had to do it. It was like a question I have on my list that I was like, I have never asked this question, so I have to ask it.
Yeah, at least
That's a
once.
great question.
And we'll never do it again.
Yeah, that's probably off the list.
Yeah, let's scratch that one off.
Although I liked Will's answer.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I'll be an octopus, man.
Well, he is
Because
the
he can play
lyricist.
crazy bass with an
Oh,
octopus.
and play the drums. Well, you could be, wait. No, that's not good.
That's a full band.
You can
I
do
can
your
play
whole band.
everything at
That's
the
it. You guys are done.
Yeah.
He's an
Will's on
octopus.
his own. Speaking of which, if you could perform, have somebody come on stage or join them on stage, who would it be? Sebastian can go first.
I don't know. That's hard. Maybe Michael Schenker.
There you go.
Join him on. Or if that'd be cool.
Right? If he came and joined you guys?
Yeah, I was
Nice.
thinking of that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's-
Like Tom Morello.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
how good would that be, right?
Yeah.
We saw him in
Yeah,
Toronto.
we went to the Rage show in Toronto, and he was just like, to watch him play a guitar. Like, I mean, Sebastian, you guys would all play guitar, but when he plays it like almost like upside down, or like I don't know how he holds it, where he's making all the crazy noises.
Yeah.
How do you think? Like to me, it's like that's so artistic that you wouldn't even think about something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. And Jake?
I don't know. When you mentioned the question, I first thought of like something. For some reason, my brain went to something that would be like maybe attainable at some point. Like instead of going like crazy,
You can
like,
go-
oh, like,
go
you know,
whichever
Jimi
way you
Hendrix
want,
was
man.
alive or something, you know. But like
That would be cool.
Go with-
maybe go and play with like the Glorious Sons, like the band from Kingston.
Nice.
Yeah.
Try to get an opening act for them.
That's-
at some
that's
point.
attainable.
That'd be really
Yeah.
cool.
Why not? That would be super cool, man, because they're great.
That's where my mind went. Anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we can go wherever you want. There's no wrong answer.
It's a pragmatic.
Unless you said like
approach.
Celine Dion.
Yeah,
or-
no, but it's still a great goal. They're a Canadian band that you could look up to and say like, that's attainable. Like all that's attainable, right? So
Yeah.
I like it.
You didn't say Mariah Carey, so you're fine.
If you could describe yourself as an animal, no, sorry. I'm just kidding. What if so? Say money wasn't a factor. Like, what would you do with your time?
Go ahead, Will.
I would get a studio. I would help out as many musicians as I could. I would be able to dedicate as much time to this project as possible. Like I'd try to enrich the music community as much as possible so that everybody has as much of an opportunity to do like what we've been able to do.
Nice. And that's why he's the lead singer, boys.
Will for president.
Will for Prime Minister.
That's a pretty good answer.
It was a very good
Yeah,
answer.
Very well structured.
very well
Like
said.
it.
Can you? Will you have podcasts there? Or, cause
Yeah.
because
We're in.
Yeah, they're
I'd
called
prefer
the
Will.
I don't know if you heard of them. They're the Dawg and Gus show.
Hey.
Haven't heard of them. Come on.
Well, we've got our own pull-up thing over there.
Yeah, seriously, do. We look good.
Sebastien.
Keep writing music. Probably have a studio and just keep writing new stuff. Basically,
Yeah.
contribute. With all the time I got with these guys.
Yeah.
If I could, that's
Yeah, no,
definitely what I.
money's not a factor, so that's the
So,
question, right?
That'd be buy more Marshalls too.
And of
Nice,
course,
yeah, of
tour
course.
the world, right?
Tour the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tour the world, man.
Yeah.
Put on
Jake?
your own shows.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it'd be cool to keep working on the project. Maybe go and travel some places and then try to use that spot as an inspiration to write other music. You know?
Yeah.
Could be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You
You
could
could just be like, yeah, we're gonna go fly out to wherever and do some crazy, like, skydive over the ocean or something.
The Maldives.
That might give you some inspiration.
yeah. Falling to your death would probably be good inspiration for a song.
Oh yeah.
Skydiving's not easy.
What do you
Uh-huh.
think? How do you think Tom Petty wrote that song?
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
It's exactly what he did.
Free
Yeah,
falling, man.
he
but he
wrote it
lived.
while he was falling.
Yeah, he's just got his little thing out there as he's free falling from
Yeah.
the plane. Free falling. What a great name for a song.
Well,
Yeah,
you think
right
of
now.
if you think of Gord Downie, like when he wrote, it was all of the places that he saw on tour
Yeah.
in Canada,
Yeah.
right? And even upstate New York or probably wherever they went. But it's funny how the inspiration comes from all around you, right? And that's a great answer as well, because you go, if you go on a tour, you go to the Des Cuff, you go to somewhere in Kingston, say you go, like you're going to find something to write about if you go for a walk around the city and you see something, you're on Lake Ontario and you're looking around, you're like, man, this is, and then you just bring a notepad with you and maybe you write something. I don't know. I don't have that skill. I can certainly journal while I'm there, maybe write a poem, but music is poetry, I guess. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I can barely write texts. So,
well, I can attest to that.
yeah, for sure. Shut up.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
For the record, Dawg is pointing at Gus.
Thank you, Jake.
He got the big boy chair, so why do you have
I
to
did get the big boy chair.
Yeah. Age before beauty.
Always.
What is the biggest pet peeve?
Besides Gus.
Like, are you talking about maybe at a live show or just in
In general, whatever.
You can answer it any way you'd like. I like the live show. Go there.
Well, it gets kind of frustrating if you go to a venue and it's a little bit disorganized, especially because I feel like for us, we're usually try to be professional, treat it as a job, we're people are coming to pay to see us, and we show up on time and we make sure we have our stuff in line. And if on their end they're kind of slacking a little bit, which happens all the time, but it just gets a little bit frustrating.
Yep.
That's the most simple one I could think of.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, that's a good one. Sebastian.
Lineups and waiting for the bus.
There we go.
That's my biggest pet peeve.
Those are good pet peeves. Will.
Relatable.
Yeah. Can you top that, Will?
I think I'd have to agree with Jake when it comes to the professionalism that everybody needs to bring to a show in order to make it a success, and keep the crowd engaged. Get up there, get your stuff set up as quick as possible while properly set up,
Right.
and then play your show. We kind of look at it like we're there to put on a show. We're there to show people our music, and sometimes whether it be the venue or whether it be any number of different sources, it can kind of just get frustrating dealing with that. Yeah.
Now, do you think that with that pet peeve in mind, there's certain venues you probably don't really want to go to? I'm not going to ask you to name names or anything, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to go back to so-and-so because the last time we were there, it was really not put on well or whatever.
Well, there's some venues out here in Ottawa that you hear things about, right?
Yeah.
So they already get a bad rep, and musicians might not want to go there
Yeah.
because of one thing or another.
Yeah.
That's fair, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, it may be the journalist in me. I'd love to find out which ones. You can tell me off, Mike. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
No, we won't.
What's the best compliment you've received? Maybe as a band. Or do you remember?
Well, I think the best compliment that we've received as a band is just somebody being in awe about how unique our music is and how much they just loved it, and the different parts of our set just sounds like they're so different that it's like they're going on a journey. It's not it doesn't always have to be up here energy. It needs to take them on a journey musically through like, you know, feeling and emotion through like the words and the music that we put on it.
Yeah, like ebb and flow, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so one of our fans mentioned that to us one
Nice.
time. Just loved it.
Yeah. Did they mention anything about Jake's jeans? Because those are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it said, do they come in men's?
I was gonna say my other buddy producer of mine. He's like, "Did you get attacked by a tiger on the way here?"
Yeah.
I was like,
It's
"No."
called style, bro.
It was actually Joe Exotic. He attacked me.
Yeah. He had one of his pants back.
Yeah, it's funny that comes up because remember at the start of the pandemic, it was like everybody watched the Tiger
Oh,
King.
dude.
I was addicted to that show.
I've never
man.
seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, what
It's
is that?
just so odd.
Exactly. Don't worry.
I wouldn't
about
watch
We're
it
not missing
again,
much.
but it was pretty funny at the time.
Yeah, totally.
Not at all.
And the other weird guy that owns like elephants and stuff. Anyways,
Not at all. Now, as a singer songwriter, do you have a favorite person that is a singer songwriter? Like for myself, I'm a music. I love music, but like I like guys like Rodney Crowell, who's a singer songwriter, country ish. I don't know if you know him, but I'm just like, do you have somebody like along those lines that you kind of, kind of look towards?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go back to Muse. Matt Bellamy.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing voice, classically trained, operatic, just crazy vocal abilities.
Right.
But like for rock style, Chris Cornell and Ian Thornley just like blow my mind.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many better voices than Chris Cornell.
No.
In my
No.
opinion, we've talked about. I love him. Like I
He
always
does.
did.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lane Staley too.
Lane Staley.
Yep.
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 I don't know if he's as good as
No, but good.
He's up there.
He's-
They're all
he's up
different,
there.
right? But for me, I just think that Chris Cornell has that ability to change styles very easily. He can be he can be the head of Soundgarden, and then he can do an amazing rendition of Billie Jean. And it's like where's
he
this
did
guy?
have that one album that was all like really eclectic stuff, right? That was
He did a lot
oh my
of
God, that's
covers.
Chris Cornell. Like that was awesome.
He's super talented.
Yep.
Yep,
for sure.
We miss a guy like that for sure.
We
Yeah.
do.
Rest in peace.
Why are you passionate about music? Like, what is it about the music that makes you so like just fire in your belly? Is it the sound? Is it the feeling? Is it the people around you? What is it?
The rhythm, it just gets you. Like music. Like for some people, it's like okay, don't like get in the car, put music, and then there's people like me who just get up and they just shit, fucking eat, breathe. So that's what I mean. And if music's not on, it's like, they didn't put it back on. It's like.
It certainly can put you in a good mood or take a bad mood away.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because I was kind of like wondering about the neurological aspect of the connection of music, and I was watching I think it was a TED Talk or some sort of information about it. It was really fascinating. Like you get a neurological response from like, all different parts of the brain when you like listen to music, but then when you play music, it's just a culmination of a bunch of different things happening. Like you're indexing certain things, and it's muscle memory, and like all these things are working all simultaneously together at once. It's pretty interesting, but
It's like ethereal. Like it's
it's pretty intense. But I mean, that's why I think they should be teaching kids, like trying to push them into like more instruments that they may actually carry on through to learn, because I think it definitely expands your mind.
Yeah, playing the trombone is not going to go very
Or the recorder, like a lot of schools.
That's
have
right. Yeah.
funding and-
I think
it's terrible that they're taking away some of the music programs, unfortunately, in many schools. But you're not wrong. It's so good to have something that you could go to in a darker time, or if you're feeling like you want to escape for a while. Especially now with cell phones and stuff, I find just putting the phone down and like going downstairs and I'll just play on my little guitar, or I'm playing with my babies on the ground, whatever. It's very I don't know, it's just a nice feeling. I'm not a great musician. I love to just strum away. I'm learning more as I go, but it is a great feeling mentally and physically. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would you agree, Will?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Is that kind of, well, you're obviously painting also and such, but It must be like that's that's a release for you, I'm sure. Everything
well,
artistic.
Excuse me. For me, music is more of like putting something forth into the universe and creating something that might have the hope of lasting for a generation or 2 generations.
Nice.
You know, and like I started writing raps like a long time ago. Never did anything with them, but just started writing raps. Yeah,
sweet. You should rhyme it before we stop, bud.
Yeah, I totally could. Yeah. and so like. As I grew into a musician, as opposed to just like a lyricist and a rapper, I kind of like adapted that style into it. But it's always been about like, you know, making something, you know.
Nice. Yeah, that's what a lot of the musicians we talk to is like Jake told us before too, like taking something and putting it out there. Like he put out a pretty personal song there, and it was amazing. And it's fun to, you know, to be able to do that. I wish that I had that kind of talent, but I don't. So I do this. Now, if we went into your record collection, Will, what's a guilty pleasure we'd find in there? And if you say Mariah Carey, we are done.
Adele.
Nice. I'm okay with that.
I love Adele.
Yeah. I love Adele.
She's got a great voice.
Either that or like Metric.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love Metric too.
He loves Metric, and we had Isabel on here, who's a huge fan. Yeah. Sebastian.
She's great. She's one of the greatest front people out there, by the way. I love Metric. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's a stone cold fox.
She's a fox,
that too.
Bro.
That works for everybody.
Yeah, she's got it, and she knows it.
Yeah.
And then funny that you say Adele, because I listened more to Adele after we interviewed Rebecca Noel, and she told us how it sounds like she's right in your ear.
Yeah.
And it's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not so don't no.
It's.
And even if you have said Mariah Carey,
I'm just teasing. I really don't care. Sebastian.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
If we went in, it's like, because we know that you're a rock guy. We're gonna find some, I don't know, ABBA. You know,
oh, I love ABBA.
There you go.
I'm a big ABBA fan. I don't have any CDs. I don't know, Bruce Springsteen.
Would that be weird for you?
I'm not a big.
No,
come on, Ted Nugent over there.
Yeah, Ted Nugent. You know, Kiss. Springsteen's not that far off the mark, but
it's still rock and roll.
I was kind of hoping for like some Air Supply or something. You know?
Yeah, no, that's.
Why would anybody have that?
I seen them open up for Deep Purple.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of all people.
Those guys, like the short guy with the curly hair, I'm not sure his name. One of the guy's name's Rachel Hitchcock. Russell. The other guy is like completely tatted up. Like he's got like serious tats back in the 80s. And and these guys are singing those songs. And the guy looks like he's a biker.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny. But Jake, what's your guilty pleasure?
I don't know. I feel like I'm going to kind of skirt this question, but my girlfriend and I share a Spotify account. So she's got some Ariana Grande on there. And I was with somebody one time, and I was just letting my Spotify play through or whatever, and then that came on, and I was just kind of like, whoops.
That'd be like it coming up on my Spotify playlist.
Yeah, I don't think you'd ever find Ariana Grande on mine, but that's
well,
like,
at some point we might, Daddy.
No.
Oh yeah.
By then it'll be different. The music will be different by then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'll be dead and gone, right?
They'll be listening like.
There won't be songs. It'll just be voice clips.
That's it. Yeah, not more than 15
no
seconds.
way, man. Vinyl. They'll be well-rounded young ladies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask the question.
Yes, you are.
80s or 90s music, gentlemen?
Oh, 80s.
Nice. It was quick.
You already know what
Yeah.
I'm still standing. 90s for me.
Yeah.
Will?
I knew that was the answer. But
I don't know.
Say it.
I know.
If you had to pick one.
80s, I guess.
Wow. Two out of three there, dog.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
80s.
But
Interesting. I didn't expect that from Will, to be honest.
I expected it from Sebastian.
I expected it, but
it wasn't a shock.
Well, see, the 90s were kind of the last decade where every singer had their own, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're saying Chris Cornell had his own voice, Pearl Jam, Eddie Vedder, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not, nowadays it's kind of different, right? But everybody had their own, you know, Billy Corgan, especially. So, yeah, but, yeah, I'm still 80s, though, but I could say.
It was a good answer, Gus.
I'm like
he's trying to convert you to the 90s because he's winning this.
He's
winning this question.
I'm trying to
I'm
being a good interviewer and I'm getting more out of them.
Right.
As opposed to you who's just sitting there.
Did you ever see that post about the bands? There was like a list of like all the albums at some point in the 90s that came out. And it was just like all these like super classic albums that all just like
I think I
week
posted
after
it.
week it was like
I posted
mind-blowing
it.
albums.
Yeah, I agree. I know what you're talking about. I think I reposted that,
Did you?
and it was
Okay.
within a 6-month period. Like Nirvana, the Guns N' Roses double album, the Soundgarden original album, Pearl Jam's 10. It's like 10 complete classic albums. So they came out within 6 weeks of each other or something
Blah, blah,
stupid.
blah.
Yeah,
No, that's no.
I'm teasing. Those are all great albums.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I was like, easy dog. I understand you
No,
want to win
we're-
the competition, but those are all good
No,
albums.
it's not a competition. It's just a fun question.
Oh, it's a competition.
Oh, it's on like
just
Donkey
And you're
Kong.
losing.
And I'm losing badly.
So, boys, what's the next? So the next show is on
24th.
24th of February.
Yeah.
You gave us tickets. Thank you. That's so kind of you. But
At the Brass Monkey.
after that, do you see an album in the future? You're going to continue?
Well, I guess we should say that we actually recorded here. We did all of our all the songs that we have basically to date, right?
Well,
At the time.
the first six
Right.
songs that we had from our premiere show in Ottawa, 2 days after our first show, we came in here. We spent 10 hours with a producer here, Josh Hart, and we recorded all 6 songs in 10 hours live off the floor. They came out really well for the amount of time that we had. And so we have an EP. It's called Life on the Floor, but we're releasing them as singles until maybe the last couple songs, and we'll release an album at the end.
Okay,
That's great. We look forward to that. You think you'll put it on vinyl at all?
I would
For
love
you,
to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just two. Just
listen
all we
to
need
it.
is 2.
Yeah.
One for each of us, and we don't care about everybody else.
No, we'll definitely.
Oh, sorry,
Sure,
we
that
do care
doesn't
about everybody
cost
else.
anything at all.
It's expensive.
Just 2 vinyls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be expensive at all, would it, boys?
Probably be $100 each.
Yeah.
But but we'll definitely, if you put it on CD or something, we'll definitely purchase. But that's great, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you coming on again, Jake, and obviously, nice meeting you two gentlemen.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you
yeah,
too.
and so come out to the show at the Brass Monkey and see Not My Enemy, along with 4 other bands that we don't care about.
That's not fair.
Yet.
That's not true yet, but I'm sure we will meet them. They'll be nice guys.
I like
Fellas.
I like the name too. We didn't quickly. What's the name all about? Not My Enemy.
Oh, the name Not My Enemy is it's kind of attributed to an idea that I have of oneness of everything. I'm not your enemy, you're not my enemy, I'm not my enemy either, right? It's kind of trying to get things back to a kinder state, right? A more accepting state of affairs in the world,
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That's a great name. I love it.
Merch.
Merch. Mm-hmm.
They got a cool logo. It's going to look cool on a shirt.
Yeah, well,
we're
we're
gonna
gonna
toque.
That's gonna. Oh yeah, you got to get another. Just what you need, is another toque.
Well, I need another cabinet to put all my toques in.
That's right. Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great week, and we'll definitely look forward to going to the show. I'm going to try and make it. I promise.
I'll be there. Guaranteed.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool.
Thanks.
Thanks again, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having. Cheers.